Game 1. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 1 of the Battle of Africa semifinal between SY and AfterMath. Oh, there must have been a pause at some stage. There's a 3-minute spectator delay, so if the first couple minutes of this has a bit of lag, it's because of the spectator delay. But I'll introduce the teams and we'll talk about this big stage here. Starting with SY. In the teal, we have Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo is playing as the Japanese. It's hard for me to know if they're actually playing this or not, Dave. But anyway, in the blue, we have Fat Dragon, aka Vivi, playing as the Spanish. And in the yellow, we have Italians for Licks. Up against Licks, we have Hart. Hart is playing as the Persians in the red. In the green, then, the pocket for AfterMath is Leary, playing as the Chinese. And then in the gray, we have MBL. MBL is playing as the Burmese. So very strong players and Civ picks for this first game. AfterMath has been the most convincing in this tournament. We're one of the only clans to a sweep. I believe they were 3-0 versus Tyrant in a group stage. One of the only clans to do that, regardless of matchups. Will they be able to topple SY? SY, a team who had miraculous comebacks against LOS to get to the semifinals. With me, I have Dave. And Dave, it's always a pleasure, man. What are your thoughts on the Civs?
Really strong Civs for AM, but it's kind of weird because I feel like SY Civs, they slightly counter AM. Like you're looking along, if you get the Italians rolling with those Genoese crossbowmen, what can the other team really do against that with Persians and Burmese?
Oh,
and
it's a good point, yeah.
You have Spanish, which are like conquistadors are basically a better version of Arambai. They just cost food instead of wood, so they're harder to produce. But like in terms of actual military and what they can do in fights, I don't know. It just feels like SY has the worst economic civs, but the better military at the end of the day.
We talked about this in the other SY games. It's where on paper the civilizations seem much better for the other team, but I think not only the mismatches here, Dave, but the style of SY might be more suited towards these civilizations. Italians, they can age up a bit faster, so early aggression can happen. And then you look at Yo on the other side, Japanese. I can't say they're all that strong with early aggression. We'll probably just see something like archers here. But they save a lot of wood on the lumber camps and the mills and the mining camps, and it can really help out. It's basically an eco bonus for them. Strong archers versus Burmese, like you said, maybe that can help as well. One thing's for sure, I think that having Spanish pocket might not be ideal here. I only say that because Vivi has done so well with towers as Spanish, and any tower civ he's very strong with. Maybe they prefer to have Vivi as the flank for their team. Just speculating, but we'll see. So on this map, obviously it's a nomad start, but they place their town centers right away. Their golds and stones are next to the town centers, and then they have to go out further for wood. Normally that is behind their TC and relatively secure, but everyone will know where that is. And then you need to go out and place those mills and get zebras for food. So it forces players to use different builds and get used to something different. Yeah, what is he going for? 2 on gold. And 6 villagers moving up to the right. That's just going to be a lumber camp. Yeah, I think he's going to go... It's 3 on gold archers. Yeah, most likely. If we see archers... With Persians on the team for AfterMath, they have the ability, they have that team bonus where knights get +2 attack versus archers. So that's going to be huge later on throughout this game. And also Chinese for Leary. We saw how Riot was able to use Chinese on this map for LOS last weekend. Chinese can make knights, they can make camels, and also techs are discounted. And that's another strong team bonus here. So this is going to be a really good position for Leary, who in my opinion is the second best player in the world and the best pocket player for AfterMath.
And the only concern I have for Leary is that if Yo gets these archers out fast enough, like, look at how many vills they have in the middle of the map currently. They're
Yeah,
trying
yeah.
to get those zebras as fast as they can, but Yo's gonna have some time to play around here.
Yeah, it's really interesting map because you almost need to stay out here. You need to justify getting these zebras because otherwise, you look at or MBL for example, he doesn't have any food underneath his town center. So if there's enemy scouts, you have to have spears protecting your mills, and you're building multiple mills. And if there's enemy archers, you're going to need to have something there to combat the archers as well. Now, I saw that Hart was collecting stone. Hart is collecting stone, I believe, in a defensive move. He's building a stable now, and he's going to go scouts. I think that he was expecting to get tower rushed or something. And he's just playing it safe by collecting a bit of stone. That's funny. It seems he's prepared because he knows what SY likes to do. Pocket now, Vivi. What is Vivi up to? Vivi adding a stable, so Vivi's going scouts. Lix is going archers, so for SY it'll be archers from the flanks, and the pocket will go for scouts. And MBL, he's building a tower, Dave, right next to his archery ranges, where the zebras are. And he's going archers. Maybe this is a strategy. Maybe we'll see the same from Hart. Interesting he built a tower so early. There'll be scouts from Leary as well.
I think on a lot of these games, we've seen villagers be picked off for free.
Yeah.
So maybe the tower's just there for them to have a spot to run to and be safe.
This is possible. Hart, really good micro there. You see how there's a spear from Lex? Oh, I jinxed him. I was going to say, really good micro because he was attacking the archer. He took the archer down to half HP, but then he ran into that spear, but able to use his villagers to combat the spear for a moment. We'll see what Lix can do versus Hart because they're very close to one another. And oh, Hart is going to build a tower here. So this must be an AfterMath strategy. Building towers on the zebras. He's not going to get it down, though. Wow.
That's an aggressive tower, and even with the scouts there, I don't think there's any hope of him getting that down, and Lix is going to push him back.
I question the decision to go scouts. I know that Persians have fantastic stable units, but still, I think it's much better as a flank to go archers. Hart, he can't really do anything now because Lix has sent forward so many spears, and now his archers can attack Hart's villagers. Hart very close to losing one there, and Yo, on the other side, he's going towards MBL's woodline, and oh, MBL has a tower. So, at least it's worked out a bit for MBL. I'll say that much. Oh, man. Look at this. MBL coming over with his own archers. Can he catch Yo off guard? Leary's also here with the scouts. Great teamwork from AfterMath here. Yo's gonna lose those archers. Just a matter of how many units he can kill before he does.
Yeah, and Hart's gonna be 2v1 on the other side. So it's who comes out better in this situation.
Yeah. Well, on the plus side for Hart, he hasn't taken many unit losses. He's lost some HP, but he's already gone back. He doesn't have any exposed vills. He is towering his woodline. So, I think that the tower strat can work. If he can force his tower up on his wood, then this 2v1 won't really do anything against him. Of course, there's a potential that this can be stopped. Yo's archers have been finished off. A great play there from MBL and Leary. The tower... I think one vill will die. No villagers go down. Villagers will be idle underneath this tower, or in this tower, but... I'd say good reaction from Hart. It could have been a lot worse.
Can they kill this? With spears and scouts and archers?
At the very least, it is going to force Leary to come over. And here
but Yo's coming over with a lot. Or sorry, Leary.
Yeah. Another tower from Hart. Certainly not pretty for him. But had he not built that tower, he would have lost a lot more. I think he lost 2 villagers, which is something he was not expecting here. It's a lot of scouts, but there's also a few spears, and they are fighting underneath the tower, but yeah, Bloodline's coming in for Leary in the middle of this fight. They're gonna clean this up, and Hart is gonna be able to go back to work.
I like how Vivi saved his scouts from that engagement.
Yeah, he ran away.
He knew it was lost.
But as we say that, Dave, he finds MBL. MBL comes out of nowhere and kills 2 scouts from Vivi. So far, AfterMath have been a lot cleaner with their engagements. Just look at the KD for them. 11 kills for Leary.
Count too.
Wow, 11 kills for Leary, 3 deaths, 6 kills for MBL, 1 death. And then Hart, of course, he didn't have the best of trades. But as a team, much stronger so far for AfterMath. These towers are different. I haven't seen so many towers. Teams must have changed their strategies for this map. As I said, Chinese, such a good civilization here. I do think AfterMath civs are much better throughout the game, and so far their engagements have been better. Vivi building a defensive tower now, and he has Yo with him. They're trying to push back MBL and Leary. I don't know if they'll be able to push this back. The scouts don't have bloodlines. The tower will help out a tad. MBL probably going a bit too far forward there. Good map presence from AfterMath because they're not going to be really hit too much, with the exception of Hart, who's still being hit, but they're not going to be bothered too much if they're
Hart's
forward.
getting his market denied.
Yeah, I saw
Not
that.
anymore.
Did he get it up? Yep, there we go. And the engagement, interesting on the front. Again, no bloodlines for Vivi, so the fat dragon's not very fat. He's lacking 20 extra HP that Leary has on his scouts, and this is just a better engagement from Leary and MBL. Killing those archers. And now Leary's on the way to Castle Age. Wow, well played from Leary. He's such a strong pocket player. 16 kills, 5 deaths, on the way to Castle. Easy peasy, man. Now Hart's on the way up as well, so 2 AfterMath players will beat SY. How close is Yo? Yo, not very close. And how close is Vivi? Vivi getting there. And then Lix, he's also not very close, so this could be tough for SY, Dave.
Yeah, this is not looking good for them at all. They're behind in villagers, and they're behind in advancing to the next stage.
But maybe we contribute this to the tower strat from AfterMath, because if you think about it, the towers for MBL, they were perfect, and that gave them 5 kills on Yo, and then Yo had to wait all this time to add more archers. Then Hart, had he not built a tower, he would have lost all of his lumberjacks, so he built that, and then in turn ended up killing Lix's archers once Leary arrived. And then just put a lot more pressure on Vivi as the pocket to make scouts, but he didn't want to make too many because he knows he needs to go to Castle. He's doing that now. Well executed from AfterMath.
Yeah, so Vivi probably going to go into Conks. I'm looking at his res right now. He's going to have enough stone to drop the castle.
Conquistadors, yeah. What about MBL? MBL not on stone, so MBL will stick with archers. They'll go into crossbows. That works for Burmese. Lix on the other side is all over Hart at the moment, but Hart is going to go knights, and they're Persian knights, so these knights are going to have an attack bonus versus any archers. Lix on the way to castle needs to run away from this, and Leary, he has just hit the castle age, and he's getting chain barding armor. He can add knights and camels as Chinese. He's going to push out in a big way here soon.
Man, that Chinese, starting with those extra villagers for Chinese, like knowing where the elephant is and getting it in immediately, you can see he's been up like 2 or 3 vills this entire time on everyone else.
Yep, and
really
all the discounted researches as well. Chinese and Persian stacked, and then Burmese flank. I mean, these are 3 of the strongest civilizations that you could stack together. Now, this has happened before. We've seen games that end and we say, okay, X team is way better, but did it come down to the civs and the strategies? These civilizations will not be available for AfterMath later on. They have to finish off this game first, though. Leary coming in with his scouts to see what's going on. He's going to see the archers and the spears from Lix.
Oh, the castle from Vivi. Could it be denied here? He's got to be careful.
He needs to quick wall this, man. I don't think he has the time now.
Yeah, he needs to wall this down. Well, he is Spanish, so he does build faster.
Yeah, but
I think he could get this down.
80% only, Dave. And these knights, they have +2 defense and soon forging. And Vivi tried to quick wall in his villagers, and it has been denied. Leary going straight for the heart of SY, right at Fat Dragon, and oh my goodness, this is awful. It was already a tough situation. This is just awful for SY.
Oh no.
That's what they needed. They needed Vivi. He's trying to sneak in another Vill. Oh, this is a disaster. They needed Vivi to get a castle up and go Conquistadors. And that
He
castle's been
needed to
denied
quick wall.
at 89%. Yeah, he should have done that. That's
And look at the Bills on the other side of his base.
Oh, Hart is in. There's a hole in the wood line. Hart is in. They've gone right for the guy that could bring SY back into this. And still, I mean, he's going to get it up now, but he's on 26 vills. Compare that to Leary's 54. This is not a good situation at all for Vivi and for SY.
God. He either crushes everyone in his way or he crashes and burns.
You're right. You're right.
And right now he's crashing and burning.
It's so hit or miss from him, man. It's so hit or miss. MBL also did push in there on Yo. Yo just now getting his upgrades. And Yo stabilized a little bit more so than Vivi.
Just look at the vill counts, dude.
Yeah,
it's insane.
It's crazy. It's 60 vills for Leary. The other pocket, Vivi, 28. Yo has 38. MBL has 50. Then it's 55 for Hart and 41 for Licks. They're so far ahead in economy, and they have pretty much full map control at the moment when it comes to the engagements.
And now Vivi's other TC being taken down by Knights.
Yeah.
He can't do anything about that.
He didn't have enough villagers to put in the TC to threaten these Knights. He's
and
two
MBL's coming over too. Just, he's dead. Leave him alone, boys.
Yeah, well, Yo is coming over, but this just makes matters so much worse, right? This is a huge snowball effect. The TC will be saved, but what SY need is they need to be attacking AfterMath. They cannot be trying to save the pocket with crossbows. Leary's here with Knights. Hart is here with Knights. Look, all the AfterMath players together in the same spot of the map. And they're pushing right back towards Vivi. They want this TC, don't they?
So, if SY has a chance here, it's that they can trap this army. But now the crossbows from Yo in a bad position here.
Yeah, the Knights are going to do so much damage versus these crossbows as well with the Persian bonus. Like, they won't even last. So, there's a few conks from Vivi. But it seems like AfterMath, they have so many numbers. They're unthreatened at home. They're only going to grow on the vill count. And this is looking good for them in game one. Very, very good for them in game one. Imp for Licks. Did they need something different? Did they need a faster Imperial from Italians because it is cheaper? Licks going for it. He's on his way to the Imperial Age. He has lots of crossbows, both in Vivi's base protecting him and also in his base. So look at Hart. Hart not close to the Imperial Age. He is Persians, of course, so he can kill archers. And MBL sending food to Hart. So is MBL now slinging? Doesn't seem like a full-on sling. But maybe they recognize that Licks might be up. That might be SY's only chance back into this. And so they want to get Hart up to Imp as well.
And Leary bringing those Knights back around to Licks' base. So Licks is going to be distracted here.
Yeah.
Before he even hits Imperial.
These are the numbers that he needs to upgrade. Leary, again, arriving at the perfect time. You know, he probably knew, as everyone did, that Vivi was going to be going for those conquistadors. And when he arrived at that castle, man, it could not have been
Yo is in big trouble here. 3 mangonels from MBL pushing forward. Yo has no military.
This is typical MBL, isn't it? How many other players come forward with 3-4 mangonels 30 minutes in? MBL does this so often, and it's a really wise move with Burmese. Going with Onager and Arambai is normally the best composition you can have. Well, he has crossbows as the flank, but he's going to add in the Onagers anyhow against Yo's crossbows. He lost some of his crossbows in Yo's base.
Is Licks going to go for a forward castle here?
Oh, he's going to Vivi it.
About it.
He's going to Vivi it. Yeah. They're going to try and
oh, that is forward. Holy.
I love it, though, because they're so far
What's
behind.
in the Siege Workshop? What's in the Mangonels?
It'll be 2
no!
Mangonels.
No!
Oh, man. I love it, though. I love it. They have to do something. They have to take away the resources of Hart because they're so far behind.
Look, the Knights are going to drive the conks away. The Mangonels are going to come out and hit the villagers. No!
Licks is not going to get this castle up. The conquistadors, they may have been there, but the villagers, they're not safe enough to be able to place this castle.
Yo is dying so hard right now.
Yo losing his TC. Leary's about to hit Imp. Lix has hit the Imperial Age, but his castle has been denied. And now Yo getting completely destroyed by Leary and by MBL. This TC will drop, man. He can't save this TC. These villagers will die. He has a Maganel, but that's all he has. And MBL sees it. MBL running away from it. Great micro from him. And can he get a 1-for-1 here? That's all he really needs. He will get it. And the villagers come out of the TC. The villagers in the wood line getting destroyed. AfterMath destroying SY in game 1.
Pretty convincing.
Yeah, it's not even close, to be honest. Not even close, to be honest. Lix is going to send a 10th of his economy forward now to finish this castle, but Leary's getting Cavalier, and Yo is already getting destroyed, man. Yo will die. Vivi can't help him. He's gonna die. So this is when any other team left in the tournament would probably think about calling the GG, but SY, they figure they have a chance here. I don't think they do.
This is like a hand warmer for them. You know?
Exactly.
They just gotta get warmed up, ready for the next game.
Yeah.
And Yo actually might be defeated. Like there's a possibility he might be defeated.
It's all right, dude. He has those vills in the tower. It's fine.
Oh, the Maganel from him.
Oh my god, yeah, that was nice. That was nice.
Nice shot.
Yeah, he's on 23 villagers. And, you know, this castle has gone up forward. This is kind of what the end game plan was for SY, to get the Genoese crossbow and the Trebs out from the Italians. That was the one Sieve you had mentioned, but let's look at the units from Leary, man. 35 Cavalier, soon going to have full upgrades. Building his own castle now, of course, can go into Chukonu and Trebs. Mahart is on his way to Imp, but no, that's not his Imp TC. He's going to take losses here, but his team as a whole is just much stronger, even MBL on the way up now. And I assume he's going to go into the Battle Elephants because he's making stables.
Here comes Leary with a ton of Cavalier, and Vivi is panic walling, but Lix's base is still open.
And Lix has the one military unit he would want is the Genoese crossbow, right? So that's forward. If he wants to send Genoese crossbow back here, it's going to take some time. And Leary going right in for that open economy, as we've seen so many times from him. He's played really well. 152 pop. Say what you want about the positions and the civs, but Leary has been so strong for AfterMath, definitely carrying them here. And here come the losses. Vill's going to drop multiple TCs. Leary's just not hitting one spot, he's hitting multiple spots. Poor Yo on the other side for SY. He just rebuilt a TC in the starting position. And MBL, he has all the time in the world to tech into elephants.
And now the castle from Lix looks like it's gonna go down here.
Yep.
Got Rams and Cavaliers.
Yeah, and the Treb will soon go down. The villagers, the forward military units will go down. And, oh, Leary has looped around to go into Vivi's base. That's interesting. He just walked right past the TC of Lix after Lix garrisoned it.
That's the third time he's done that this game, and he keeps ending up in the economies from the other SY players. He goes around back where they haven't walled.
Yeah.
Really strong plays. And he's splitting up all the time.
Three different groups. In this case, 4 different groups. He hit 4 different town centers with one single army. And there's the GG from SY. AfterMath taking game 1 in very convincing fashion.
Yeah, that's a pretty definitive result right there.
Okay, so Hart, who has only 105 vills and had just hit Imp, made a few war elephants. Now, is that a sign of we're better than you? I can make 2 war elephants when normally you shouldn't be doing that? Or does that have actual use in that situation, Dave? Or do you just make them because you felt like you wanted them?
I don't know. Probably he asked what he should go into, and MBL was I guarantee you MBL's like, go war elephant.
I wish that we could have a recording of the AfterMath team speak during these games, because that's probably what happened, and then Hart's just arguing back at him. They just bicker amongst themselves the whole time. Like, I can't afford war elephants. MBL says, we're fine, we're fine. Here's the KD from Leary. Crazy kill death ratio for them. Honestly, all the Aftermath players were just better on their sides. We will go into game 2 here in a moment.
It was really interesting. Aftermath prioritized those deer.
Yeah.
Or the zebra, and they went out and collected them with like half of their economy. Meanwhile, SY had on average like 5 vills collecting zebra, and Aftermath, every single place they were collecting, they had a tower.
Yeah, the tower strat was interesting. Now, I honestly haven't seen too much from... I didn't see Aftermath versus Tyrant live. I didn't see a lot of Aftermath sets myself. So I don't know if they did that before, but it certainly seems like a good strat. All right, so I updated the score. We're going into game 2. Now, game 2 is Coliseum. In this tournament, I've seen so many 2-0s to start off a best of 5, followed by a reverse 2-0, tied up 2-2, and then an epic game 5. I think it comes down to when you pick your strongest civilizations, how you play the civilizations, of course. We'll see if SY can get a victory in game 2, though.
God, how different. I'd like to think that game would be a bit different if Vivi quick-walled around that castle.
Oh, yeah, you're right. Well,
like, I think it was still trending towards a loss, but not, like, it snowballed really quickly there.
Yeah, it was trending towards a loss because Aftermath had so many vills over SY, but I agree. I think Conquistadors, just like the Arambai for Burmese, it's the one unit that can snowball a game back into your favor. Okay, Elastos, thank you for the prime. Hey Peanut, sorry, with 8 months. I guess I'm going to read this message. Guess we're going to do it, chat. He says, poop, 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 smiley face. I got no idea. Drunk as a cupcake. Gamork, thank you for the prime. Nipples de enchilada, thank you for the $5, man. Thanks for the support, guys.
I'll say that DNK, I'll say that when he does something impressive.
Oh, what? I am the fat dragon? Yeah, exactly. We can only bring out the T90 fat dragons if Vivi impresses us. But you are right. I think that Vivi is a hit or miss kind of player. He's either amazing or his YOLO strategies that can be amazing just look awful. Look like a failure.
He falls into the same class as players like Mentalist, where it's either they're at 25 villagers like an hour into the game, or they've completely demolished everyone with some ridiculous rush of some kind.
I think it comes down to consistency. I think that Aftermath is a very consistent team. So when we're talking about best of 3s, best of 5s, best of 7s, you can't afford to be inconsistent. You cannot just win one game. You have to win a whole series.
Yeah, Yo's really the only consistent SY player here.
Yeah, I agree. And Lix is almost always the third wheel. He doesn't really wow me, right? He plays his part. He's very solid, but he doesn't always wow me. He doesn't have the carry potential of Vivi and Yo. Meanwhile, Heart, Leary, and MBL, they probably have more potential to carry in situations when it's needed. Patax resubs for 6 months. He says, I want to thank T90's mother. I wouldn't be here if it wasn't for her. All right. I'll let her know you said that. I'm sure she won't be weirded out at all.
Aren't you going to thank me too, son?
Oh!
Oh! Oh!
The burn! Okay, they started the next game. There's a 3-minute spec delay, so we have probably a minute and a half of real time. What were you gonna say, Dave? Besides that, you're my dad.
I was gonna say, if dreams came true, ideally, one of these games, SY would realize what their strength is, and Yo and Lix would wall up Vivi into a nice safe space, and then they would just hold. Imagine that. Vivi cannot sacrifice idle time in walling. They just wall him into like a big circle with all of his res.
See,
and he just booms up.
I've seen enough of this tournament to know that it pans out like this. You'll see a team dominate. Remember SY and Tyrant, Dave? Or wait, was it Finland's? Might have been both of them. I think when Tyrant played Finland's and SY, one team had 2 victories that looked very easy, and then the other team had 2 victories afterwards. I don't know exactly what it is. It might be how you play the maps and the civs you choose, but there's definitely some light on the horizon here for SY. Only 1 game down. Just to clarify again, the spectator delay is not 3 actual minutes, it's game time minutes, so it's not as bad as you think.
At least it's not like Nations Cup where it was like, what,
wasn't
10
it
minutes?
10 minutes? Oh god.
God, man.
And then if they
didn't even cast the final either.
and then
bad.
yeah, I didn't even cast it and it was bad. And then if you have then if there's a restart or something, it gets all confusing because the game launches and then you have to go back and there's just big waiting periods in between games. Oh, we didn't look at the civs. We'll have to do that for game 2. That's my fault, guys. We're going to go into the next game now. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to game 2 between SY and AfterMath. This is a semifinal of Battle of Africa. Game 1 was a very convincing display for AfterMath. Will SY be able to get a victory here? We will see. Starting off with the winning team, we have Leary. Leary's playing as the Mongols in the green. His pocket is MBL. MBL is playing as the Vikings in the gray. In the red, we have Hart. Hart is playing as the Franks. In the teal then, for SY, we have Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo is playing as the Magyars. The pocket for them is Lix. Lix is playing as the Goths. That's the civ we said that is extremely weak in this tournament, Dave. And then we have Vivi, who is the flank, and he is playing as the Ethiopians. Map is Colosseum. All the wood is on the outer edge, which means that you're going to have to make sure you lock down your defenses. You're going to need towers. You're going to need walls around your wood lines. It's difficult, and even the stones and the golds are going to be hard to gather easily. You see MBL's scout next to Vivi?
Yes, yes.
He's going to lame. Yep, he's going to lame. He's going to try and steal that elephant, or he's going to try and stop Vivi's villager from bringing it in.
I wouldn't be surprised to see a re here from SY. Not only do they have Lix in the pocket,
yeah.
If that elephant gets lamed on Vivi, then
yeah, then they'd be yeah. So each team has 1 restart. Whether you are lamed or you have a bad start or you don't like your positions, it doesn't matter. You can call a restart once within a best of 5. There was a pause. Again, we're a little bit behind with the spectator delay. Now, with that in mind, I feel like you don't want to steal an elephant prior to 4 minutes. You kind of want to steal it after the 4-minute mark. Oh, Leary's just coming forward with his Vil to steal this elephant, I think.
He's going to lame the zebra too. Or MBL's going to protect the villager with the scout. Look at the teamwork.
Yep, MBL just blocking that so the villager can bring it back. Okay, so this isn't a scout lame. This is even better. The villager bringing the elephant in. Great teamwork from AfterMath. Will we see a restart from SY? Because Leary is Mongols. He will have 3 elephants now. He will have the 2 that are behind his town center and the one he just stolen from Vivi.
Leary's taking Vivi's other elephant. That's 2 L's.
They gotta call a re. They have 30 seconds to do so. They have to call it before 4 minutes. Both of his elephants are going to be gone here.
Yo is stealing 1 from Hart.
Okay.
So at least Yo is bringing 1 back, but he's bringing it to himself. He's
yeah,
not bringing
and
it
Hart
Vivi
can just steal 1 back.
They didn't call the re. They didn't call the re. Vivi has
unbelievable.
No elephants, and his. I don't see where his zebra are.
Dude,
are they forward? Are they under like Leary's?
That's what I'm thinking. Are those his zebras? That can't be it.
Yeah, because Leary's are in the middle of the map. I think Vivi just got a terrible map generation here. Forward gold too.
So he lost 2 elephants. He can't get his zebras because it's closer to Leary, and that's why they had the opportunity to call the re, but they can't see everything that we can see. They can only see their fog boar, and they have to communicate with their team. Oh man, Vivi's in trouble.
Okay,
man.
can we get the if Can we get the T90 fines, please,
Yeah.
for Vivi? Because
this is
he has
fine.
no zebra, and no elephants, and
He's soon out of
like,
goats.
oh, he's trying to push them in from Leary's base.
Yeah. Well, Leary lost his scout. I don't know if you saw that. He lost his scout, so he wouldn't be able to stop it anyway because he'd have a weaker scout.
And Lix lost a villager to the elephant as well.
Oh
So
my
far away from his
God!
TC.
This is
Absolutely terrible start.
This is a throw on, like, I mean, it wasn't a throw for Vivi, but geez, everywhere you look, SY falling apart. Yo is the only player who has all of his resources, has all of his villagers. Goodness gracious. I have to say, though, that's how things can go in competitive Age of Empires 2. As we said before the game starts, you have to be consistent. And also, with these maps, there's a lot of laming potential. Normally, SY is the first one to go forward, but Mongol's a good laming civ. MBL, he's the known lamer in the community. So, he was helping out with that. Aftermath just on top of it when it comes to stealing those resources.
Look at Leary's uptime, and Vivi can't get the second zebra
the zebra's
in.
running.
His house now, he has no food. Like,
he can't up the feudal, that's for sure. This is gonna put a lot of pressure, not necessarily on Vivi, but on Lix and on Yo, because if Lix and Yo go up to attack, and Vivi can't contribute, it can be a 3v2 in feudal. Oh, is MBL coming over to stop this? Look at the team. Look at this from Aftermath. Unreal. He doesn't even need to fight this. See, what Vivi should do, if he's losing that, is just send a Vil. But MBL, look, he's pushing the zebra away. Unreal. And he could do it again as well. You know, if Vivi goes back to push that zebra in, MBL can run right back.
This is the fourth time he's tried to push this freaking
thing
in.
Where's he going with these lumberjacks, man? Is he just gonna get it from long distance?
Screw you.
Yeah. Oh man, this has been so. I gotta give credit to Aftermath here because they have played so strong here. This is a big tournament, a lot of money involved here, a lot of prestige. They have not messed around. Wow.
Here comes Lix. He's coming towards Yo's side. Why are you going towards Yo's side? Yo is not the one that needs your help right now.
He's going to stone, so this looks like a tower rush. They have to do something, right? So he's gonna go forward, and I guess they'll tower rush Hart, who has a safe stone next to his wood line. He's also walled off towards his town center. Hart is going for scouts as Franks. MBL, who is the pocket, he will be going for archers? Yeah, I guess he'll go for archers as Vikings, okay.
So the SY players already walling up their wood line. They know the scouts are going to be coming out from Leary.
Yep. Vivi getting those walls up now as he loses his scout. Luckily, he got some of the zebra. And
Vivi's up!
He's on his way to feudal! Let's go! But still, this is going to be tough. 2 scouts now for Leary. Soon to be 3, and that's before Vivi even hits feudal age. So Vivi's going to have to wall everything he can. And here comes that tower rush now from Lix. They're going for it, man. They need to do damage in feudal. They know that. And they're gonna YOLO this a little bit. MBL can't send archers to help. Lix has a forward spear. Yo is here with his Magyar scouts, so Magyar scouts, he's gonna have that extra attack. What's Hart's reaction to this? He's gonna build a defensive tower, and Lix not comfortable about this. He's gonna run away. So good response from Hart. He even stopped building his tower and rebuilt it so he could protect a little bit more of an area here.
That tower from Leary. Look at the positioning of Vivi's golds here. Like, just
everything about this is disaster. Yeah, just makes you wonder. I guess they only have 4 minutes, and these players have confidence in their abilities. So it just makes you wonder why they wouldn't call Re there. You know, they had the time. It's weird. Now, Yo killing a villager at Hart's woodline. Hart not seeing that, but Hart has defended from the tower rush. This tower just now going up for Lix. It will be completed, I think, but it's so denying a farm or 2. Oh, and then Vivi trying to go to stone, trying to go to gold. He just now sees the tower. Man, Leary has been insane these games. Oh, look at Vivi now building a market. Not even close. The first 2 games, not even close. And NBL now with his archers, can he deny this? No, he's not going to deny the tower. But that's just a sign of what is to come. Once NBL adds those archers, he's Viking, so he has strong eco. Poor Vivi.
Vivi, man, he's going into the coinage like that's all he can do.
Yeah,
all he can do is sling at the moment.
Whatever he has, but he can't sling gold because his golds have now been towered.
He'll go take Yo's gold or Lix's gold or
yeah,
something.
he'll go somewhere else. And he's towering his wood line. Alright, this is fine, guys. This is fine.
You remember that speech on Independence Day where the president's like, we're going to live on! We're going to survive!
Yeah, that's Vivi
what's
right
happening. Look at the stone, too! Leary's all over him!
Oh my god, dude. See, Vivi's expecting what I've been expecting, that Leary will go to Lix, but that has not happened here. Vivi has 6 deaths, 7 deaths, about to be 8 deaths, and he has so much idle time. This is one of the most dominant displays I've seen in a feudal age battle this year, man. 15 minutes in, no gold, no stone for Vivi. Vivi has more economy idle than he has working. He lost 2 elephants. He couldn't get all the zebras.
Now he's going to Lix.
Unbelievable. Yeah,
now he's going to Lix, and if he sees those vills, oh, Lix, pay attention, please.
Yeah, Lix is forward, dude. And his forward didn't do anything. So a successful forward would draw Leary to that area, but he has everything forward. He's just going with towers, so he too can't defend from scouts.
Oh, if Leary loops around and sees this from Vivi, Vivi's going to the gold from Lix now. So he's gonna start slinging gold to both of these players.
Oh man, he's just gonna try and send resources to his teammates. Lix on the front, not doing anything. I guess he wants to, he's considering a tower, or was considering a tower on that stone from Hart, but I guess he forgot it was there. Even Yo not doing much with his scouts. Leary's on the way to Castle Age. This is another dominant display from Aftermath, Dave, and unless Yo hits Castle soon and has knights, Yo was losing villagers to the archers from MBL underneath his tower on his golds. I don't see any way back for them, man.
The only way I can see is that, I mean, AM's not going to have a slinger, right?
That's true. So it has to be all Yo then, I guess, right?
Yeah, if I've seen it before where, like, 2 players look like they're dead in a 3v3,
yeah,
but they're slinging one guy and he can pull it back. So it's gonna have to be Yo.
It's gonna have to be Yo, and Yo has not clicked up to the Castle Age yet. So if he was on par with Leary, I would say, okay, he has Magyar Knights, he'll get the free attack. He can have a strong early push with the extra resources. But that is not the case. Vivi sending him 58 gold and 36 food. Woo! So many resources. Yeah, okay, he clicks up now. Okay, Lick's still on the front building towers, trying to deny that gold.
Lix needs to delete the tower foundation he's got in Heart's base. That's
that's so he can get that stone.
There.
So what do you think now if you're Leary? He has 2 stables. He's obviously going to have the eco here. He already has bloodlines and scale barding. Who do you go to? You go to Yo? You go to Lix?
You go to one of the wood lines. So look, he's going to Lix right now.
Okay.
The archers from MBL are there, and only 1 tower. So this
gate. I was gonna say, if he makes that in, he didn't make it in. Yeah, once MBL gets range upgrade, it'll be different. I think he's doing a good job. He's following Lix, trying to see what Lix's economy looks like, and of course, you have Vivi. Dude, Leary, he's tryharding this, man, and he should. Look, he built palisades on the stragglers from Vivi.
Oh, Vivi, no way, man. No, don't let him into your wood line there. No, don't open the gate.
Oh, God. Oh, God, no! Oh, no, Vivi! And I think that one scout that I have selected is going to hold this gate open as well. Oh, man, 2 Aftermath players inside Vivi's wood line. God. And these scouts, they don't really contribute too much anyway, so there's just some free kills for you. And now the Knights showing up to the well. Vivi building stone walls. Oh, everything going wrong for Vivi today. And SY need him in this. Leary TC'd Vivi's main gold. Unbelievable. Okay, Yo has 3 stables, and he's looking to make Knights. It'd be a miraculous comeback if they can do this, but it's all Yo.
The most interesting thing I can see in this game here is the Vil counts are pretty much even.
That's true.
That is ridiculous to me. How is that a thing?
Well, MBL's TC's been idle because he's on his way to Castle, and same for Hart, and obviously the other 2 SY players, they have not clicked up, so that is probably why. There's a pretty big difference here because the other players are going to add town centers, so the economy will get stronger and stronger here for AfterMath. It's just down to Yo and where he can apply pressure. And here come the Knights, full upgrades on him. He's going towards MBL. MBL's going to need some help.
MBL's got archers coming into Yo's base as well, right onto the stone from Yo.
Ooh.
Crossbows now.
Wow, denying the monastery. He's killed 3 villagers. Good timing for him. Also good timing for Yo. But MBL quick walls the Knights out. Wow. Look at that. 3 houses. A couple stone walls. Those Knights are not going to get in. So another good AfterMath engagement. I know that Yo's receiving the sling, but he needs these farmers working still to get food for these Knights.
Vivi running away again. His economy.
He has no choice, man.
You can't sling like this.
You can't. You don't have golds. You don't have anyone protecting you because Lix has also been pretty much out of this. Oh, and Lix is getting hit by Leary at the same time. On the stone.
Yeah, he's been getting hit there for the last like 5 minutes. Leary keeps running back.
Where's Vivi going? Gonna probably try and collect some of Yo's gold, I guess, and send it back to Yo. Yo losing a forward villager who built a siege workshop. Now we have the Frank Knights from Hart. I don't see Yo doing any damage at AfterMath bases.
Clearing up those Knights with some really good micro.
Yeah, running around the stone.
He's just running around the stone. That's his second lap around the stone.
You can see a circle of bodies from Yo, and Yo will lose all these Knights. Except for that one, but this has got to be an AfterMath victory in Game 2. This has been a dominant display. Pikeman for Lix. Lix had the stone for a castle, but what do Huskarls give you? Nothing versus all the Knights. It's just to protect. Maybe he should build the castle next to Vivi's TC. Yeah, I don't know. Protect Vivi.
Oh, man.
Now look at the Vil counts. Now look at the Vil counts.
Yeah,
huge difference.
Is rough. This is really, really rough for SY. I don't see a way back into this.
New TC for Yo, but here comes Hart and AfterMath. If they spot this, they can't deny that. Much like the castle they denied in Game 1 from Vivi. Camels now from Leary accompanying those Knights. Leary can just go to stone. He doesn't even need to add too much more here. And he can go towards Imp and Mangatai. I guess this TC is going to go up, but Yo still not pushing. And he's the one person who needed to push. MBL. Killing the monks. Killing the villager. TC's just going to go up, I imagine. But this is a great... I think it's a great fight. Yeah, it's a great fight for AfterMath. There's no way back, is there?
No.
This is crazy. I knew that AfterMath have been an incredible team, but no one has embarrassed SY like this so far in this tournament. AfterMath, they 3-0'd Tyrant in the group stage, and they're on their way to a 3-0 versus SY in the semifinal.
So what's the victory condition here for SY? Like, they get Huskarls and Pikes rolling, I guess? I don't know.
It would have to be...
what they can do.
Yeah, it would almost need to be... Huskarls and Pikes, but Lix is not going to be able to afford that now, so... It would have to have been Yo going with Paladin all game. And he would have been then clearing up Leary in some way, shape, or form. He hasn't been at Leary's base, so Leary has so much eco. These Pikes are great. Okay, they're going to push away some of these Knights and Camels, but MBL has crossbows for the pikes. I think MBL wanted to go for a forward castle there. You see these villagers at heart space from MBL? Well, let's see here. There's not too many crossbows. MBL is going to need to help out with these pikes. I think that Aftermath feel like they need to fight this. And they're going to go for an engagement versus pikemen with full defense upgrades. And because of sheer numbers, they're going to win anyhow. And MBL going right back forward. Where is he placing that? Oh my god, look where he wants to place that castle, man. Just build it in front of Heart's Golds here. You don't have to build it forward.
Right beside the mangonel?
Yeah, you don't have to build it there. I think SY, or Aftermath rather, they want to show their dominance. They have done so in Game 1 and Game 2. Oh, please, MBL, no. He could lose the castle foundation.
What an alpha male. Just running forward. Oh my god, now he's going back.
Yeah. Hart is here, Leary is here, MBL is here. Okay, he's deleted the castle foundation. This is so funny. He doesn't have to build it here. But he's saying, yeah, I'm gonna build it on your face. Look at that. Right back to the original spot. Leary gonna kill the Mangonel. Monks now from Leary to convert any knights from Yo. This castle will not be denied. And Aftermath are not going to be denied their victory here either. Unreal. Lix was hit. Vivi was hit. Look at Vivi's base, Dave. Look what Vivi has resorted to doing.
Oh, no.
Wow. Aftermath with 2 quick victories. And this time, it's understandable because Vivi lost his elephants. His zebra were delayed. I'm surprised they didn't call a restart. Yeah,
they should have called a restart. That was disgusting.
That is why restarts exist, so you can use them in those scenarios. Well, all credit goes to Aftermath for the lames. It was pretty impressive. Leary came forward with a villager. He took the one elephant. Then he came back around with his scout and stole the other one. MBL, of course, was there and helping and guiding that Vil. Here's the KD. Yo killing more and losing more, but just look at Vivi and look at Lix. Not good at all. The Eco Aftermath players in the lead, except for Stone Collected, of course, and even that MBL was close to. Lix had YOLO'd with the Tower Rush. We are going into Game 3 next. Game 3 is Beach Fight. Beach Fight is a map where I've heard some criticism from Aftermath. They kind of criticized the SY Civ selection and the game style, I think. So maybe Aftermath has a game plan for this against SY.
Yeah, maybe. I wonder if Aftermath goes for the sling. We haven't seen it from them.
Yeah, we haven't seen the sling in the first 2 games, but I don't know if sling would have really... Well, I guess the second game, Vivi slung, but I don't know if the sling would have helped SY come back because they were so far behind. All right, let's pull up the Sieve Draft. I'll show you guys what Civs they have left. So, Mongols was chosen. Chinese was chosen. Burmese,
Japanese,
Persians,
Italian, Portuguese.
I need
Not
2
Portuguese.
Franks, Vikings. Okay, so these are the Civs left for Aftermath on the left. Then on the right, Goths, Japanese, Italians. We had
Spanish.
Ethiopians, Spanish, and Magyars. So these are the Civs remaining for SY. I'll zoom out a little bit more so you can see all of them. There you go.
So last time they picked Malay, and they picked Britons, and they picked Slavs for the last time they played Beach Fight.
I think Teutons is a sure pick on this because it denies the monk rush from Aztecs.
Yep.
So I think
Teutons, Britons.
Teutons, Britons, yep, and maybe Malay for the cheap elephants. Or Celts.
Yeah, maybe. I don't think Celts is a good option.
See, I would say Byzantines, but I think you want to save that pick, even though you're down 2 games. I think you want to save that pick.
Maybe Indians, if you're gonna sling. I don't know.
Maybe. Well, we'll have to see, guys. We'll find out in a couple minutes. I think Aztecs, Turks even. Turks is a great sling sieve because you can sling extra golds. Same with Saracens as well. I don't know what we'll see, but we'll find out soon.
AM's got to be thinking about, like, SY right now can just pick their best civs. AM's got to be thinking about what they do for the next few games.
Yeah,
you know?
exactly.
SY's in desperation mode right now.
They need to win the next 3 games. Meanwhile, AfterMath, they just need to win 1 out of the next 3.
Reverse sweep, let's go.
So I want to answer a question that was asked prior to last game. Pocket is the middle player for the team. So normally pockets are further back from the action, and then the flanks are closer. So it's just what we call in Age of Empires the pocket position. If anyone was confused by that, there's your answer. And also, of course, if you have questions, there are people in the chat that can give you answers. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 3. We have AfterMath and SY. AfterMath had 2 very easy victories and dominant displays. Will they have a third here and move on to the finals of this tournament to face the winner of tomorrow's semifinal, Tyrant and Finland? In the teal, we have Mr. Yo. Mr. Yo is playing as the Malay for SY. His pocket is Lix. Lix is playing as the Britons. And then in the blue, we have Teutons for Vivi. So our guesses were pretty much spot on, Dave. Up against Vivi is MBL. MBL is playing as the Vietnamese. In the red, we have Hart playing as the Slavs. And in the green, we have Aztecs for Leary. The Aztec monk bonus, where they have strong monks and strong monk and siege pushes, that's going to be kind of negated by the fact that Teutons have the team bonus where they resist conversions. I think that the civs are better for SY here, Dave. We'll see how they play it out.
Yeah, I think so. Especially with the Teutons being on the team.
Yeah.
That really hurts the Aztec monk push, and it forces the Aztecs to go into like eagles or a slinging roll, which you never want from
Yeah.
them.
We saw Tyrant sling Viper. I think Viper was Mayans, but they just slung him to Imp, and he went for eagles. And the counter to that would be just a lot of Castle Age military in knights or longswords or infantry, but I don't know. It's very difficult to say how you should play this map, chat, because everyone's very close together. The goats are around the outer ring, and that's what players are collecting now to send to their TCs. The farms are pre-built, and they're triggering everyone's OCD right now. You have 1 gold, just 1 gold. The other golds are in the east and the west, protected by lions, and you'll see teams go out to that when they're able to. And then in the north and the south, there's elephants protected by lions, which we've actually seen utilized once. So I guess it's not completely useless. We normally see a lot of wall-offs on this map, despite it being so close.
So the issue I see with the map itself, there's a big hill in between Lix and Vivi. And
Yeah.
I can see there being some big problems with that. Like Lix's gold is at the bottom of that, and Vivi's gold is near the bottom of that. And it's just
Yeah,
like, it's
you're
a
right.
hard area to wall off. If AM gets on top of that hill,
You're
might
right.
be trouble.
I think the normal spot to wall here would be the first choke point. If they were to wall the second choke point, that'd be really good, but they might not think to go that far forward. If they wall before the hill, then that could work out for them. I do feel like SY has the civs to push, though, and AfterMath, they have the civs to hold here. Malay, they advance to the next stage, 80% faster. Britons, they have the extra range. So my guess is we'll see a similar strategy to what we saw from SY versus LOS in Game 4, I believe, on this map, where they have 2 players, the Briton player, and then maybe someone making elephants and Malay pushing. Was that what we saw? Was it Malay with the elephants for SY?
Yeah, it was Malay.
Okay, so they have the same combo here. In fact, they have the same players, don't they? I think that Vivi was slinging during that. He was Turks, he wasn't Teutons, but...
Yeah, Lix was Britons, and then Yo was Malay. So
yeah, okay, so...
pretty similar here.
Maybe they will do the same thing, and we'll know by the early walls. Everyone will early wall, but if we're going to see a sling, Vivi is not going to mess around with those walls. Now, the scout engagement, pretty good there for SY. Forcing some of the weak scouts away from the enemy team. Example, MBL, and MBL trying to lure Yo's scout into his TC. That's not going to happen.
And Yo is trying to get this wall down. There's the Drush coming in from Leary.
What?
Gonna deny this.
That's a smart move. Very rarely would you expect a Drush on this. Normally it's just about a faster feudal. Maybe Leary will go Drush into full wall, into Sling. Is he gonna kill a Vil here? He will kill a Vil.
He's gonna pick off a villager.
And Lix's scout. And Heart Scout is arriving now to accompany this. The 5 militia Drush from Aztecs. We see it a lot on Arabia. But on Beach Fight. Wow. Denying the berries, denying the wall off. And this is gonna make things difficult for Yo, who wants that strong early push. I think the good thing about the Drush is the distance is short, so you're close and you'll get here fast. The bad thing about the Drush can be you'll delay your feudal time. So the Drush has to be worth it, and so far it has been. These villagers are trapped. One villager, another villager dying there for just one militia. Yo hasn't upped yet, dude. He is not up to feudal yet.
This is rough for him.
He needed
that wall.
Yeah, he needed the wall, and he didn't expect this. Remember, he was chasing MBL's scout. So he went over to MBL's base, and he couldn't scout this. He's just banking on this not happening. He's repairing his mill now. He needs his mill. Oh my goodness. Now, feudal age for Lix, feudal age for Heart, feudal age for Vivi. Vivi on the other side. Oh, he's tower rushing! He's tower rushing!
Oh, what a Vil fight over here. Oh my goodness, so many Vils.
Goodness. So many times I've said, SY, they prefer the messy style. MBL, he's actually quite good at that himself. He's trying to stop this tower, which he won't do. And I think he'll have to run away from this, honestly. This tower will just be garrisoned. And yeah, there's really nothing MBL can do to fight that. MBL, luckily, not taking any losses there?
He lost
he lost 3. Oh,
I think.
okay. So it says 3 deaths. So maybe he did take losses while we weren't looking. Will that cancel out the fact that Yo has had a struggle upping to the next stage? I don't know. Yo's melee, so maybe he intentionally went up later. You got to keep that in mind because he advances faster. And Lix is here with archers now. You can only build 1 tower, so this tower rush is... It's actually quite good. It denies MBL's stone. So, I mean, gold.
Does Vivi tower here, wall, and then start slinging? Is that the idea?
I think that's what we're seeing. Yeah, he's going to start slinging.
We've seen that on a lot of maps in this tournament. We've seen the slinger do damage early, especially with SY. Usually it's like Licks.
Yeah.
And then they make towers early and then they start slinging.
Lix is housed badly. He's trying to make spears to deal with the scouts that Hart has sent his way. But he will push back. Oh, Lix, no!
Oh, bad! Why are you running in there?
Bad. Into militia and scouts. 3 archers going to be thrown away. Oh, that's tough, man. That's really tough. But yeah, I think your assessment is right on that, Dave. And I think if Leary expects any trouble from these archers, he'll tower his gold forward. And Yo already building a stable. And he doesn't seem like he's in a rush to make military. So I think we will see a sling. Yeah, there's a market now from Vivi. He's going to gold. He will start slinging Mr. Yo. So elephants and archers, but Lix is losing.
Lix getting caught out again.
Yeah, he's losing so many archers for free. And again, you got to credit Hart for that micro. And it's the hill, Dave. He came right through this gap. They didn't wall this off. Hart making a lot of scouts. So I think his window is closed on doing damage there.
So MBL and Leary both on the way up. Bad news bears for SY here.
And good resources for Hart. Slab Farmer's working faster, still has goats, so he's closing in on clicking up himself. Now, this wall off was suspect from Leary on the right-hand side. These units could come in, and oh, we have a forward tower from Yo. I thought Leary would have preemptively towered this. I don't see why not. And now he's gonna have to rush this down. I think Yo's tower will go up. Oh, but Licks again! Heart, now this isn't even Licks' fault. I think Heart has done a really wise thing to come in every single time new archers are created and try and pick them off. Heart has 8 kills and 1 death. Really good stuff from him. And now Leary gonna batter down the tower. AfterMath making this look really easy, man.
Licks is gonna bring some archers over, but he needs to deal with the scouts.
Yeah.
From Heart somehow.
Heart wisely moving away again with his scouts. And now he's gonna micro down the spears because he has the numbers. He is on the way to Castle Age. Dude, I'm half torn on how to cast this. I feel like it's been very sloppy from SY, but at the same time, I look at Heart and I look at Leary and I look at MBL and how they've adapted to this, and it's all very impressive.
Everything's on point from
yeah,
them.
everything. No mistakes.
Minds right now.
No mistakes at all.
Really safe too. Like they're defending before it happens.
Yeah.
Before the enemy attacks. It's really, really nice.
It's like they're in the minds of SY. And Heart, I'm gonna micro down another spear. So these scouts probably won't do too much. And we have a siege workshop from Leary. He is adding a monastery, so maybe he will go for a few monks as he expects the elephants. Yo's in castle now.
So the one thing for AfterMath, MBL does not have that great of an eco right now, and
yeah.
He's going to deal with that tower. He has TC'd the right side though, and oh, Vivi is over there with the villager. What can he do? Can he deny this somehow from MBL?
You just know that Vivi is going to do something interesting with his vill. He's probably waiting for 100 wood to build a mining camp. Honestly. I don't know. Or, he can't tower. He would have to buy the stone to tower that. Huh. Does he know
Vivi's
about
gonna
that?
Run into those lions?
Yeah.
Vivi,
yeah.
no!
What are you thinking, woman? What are you thinking?
Quick wall yourself in!
Yeah, MBL might not even notice this because he's not.
Is he just gonna bring them to MBL's TC?
Yeah, it was all part of the plan. All part of the plan. Elephants from Yo going towards MBL. MBL has 2 Mangonels and he took out Vivi's tower so he can get his gold back. And yeah, all these lions just annoying MBL. MBL signaling it. What in the world? And there's another signal from MBL. He's saying, hey, we're having some pressure coming in. Or maybe that was SY signaling saying, hey, we need to be here. MBL going into pikeman. It's like he expects this once again, Dave. Leary probably saying, hey, I'm full walled here. So they might go through the middle. And MBL was already creating spears and teching into pikeman prior to Yo's arrival. And oh man, look at this. Yo has to go back, right? Look at the middle area. Look at this hill. Heart is here, and Leary is here. They're waiting for this. And I think the elephants are so slow.
Into Yo's base.
Yeah, the elephants are so slow that Leary can get conversions on these elephants as well. Will we go for the ones on the left or the right first? Make a decision here, monks. Lick's on the way to castle. Has to keep his archers alive. He's running down the hill here. And will this be 2 conversions? 2 conversions there for Leary. That's huge, man. That is huge. Well, still, I think Yo can clean this up. Monks will probably die. But that's good value. And you see...
he opened up Licks' base. So
right before losing the Mangonels, he opens up Licks' base so Heart can run in. And MBL is now pushing. And Heart is in on Vivi. Vivi's slinging. We have Mangonels. We have pikemen. MBL... he's pushing the slinger. Licks is getting destroyed by knights. Nothing has happened with the sling so far for SY. AfterMath looking so good. So good in these games. Again, just making a very good team look silly. No mistakes. 22 kills for Heart. 11 deaths. MBL's position dominant. Killing the market from Vivi so Vivi can't sling anymore. Oh man, you know, a player that we've made a big deal about, Vivi, he's done very little against AfterMath today. AfterMath have played so well versus him and SY. Dude, Vivi has to run. He has to run.
Yeah.
Like,
And the elephants are in on MBL, but look at the amount of pikemen coming back.
Yeah.
They can't do anything. Oh, this is so, like, it's
It's
just painful to watch.
I know.
And Leary's on the way to Imp.
Leary is on the way to the Imperial Age. He has monks, and sure, the enemy team might have the Teuton bonus. But he can get block printing, he can get all these upgrades. He already is getting conversions because of his quick reaction time. I guess Hart is sending him a little bit of resources. I think it was just stone he sent to Leary, so Leary can build a TC. Unreal. Well, if there's the time for SY to come back, it needs to be now. They need to hit MBL, or they need to hit Leary before the Imp upgrade, and here come the elephants from Yo. Yo also sending some elephants to protect Vivi. MBL's TC needs some protection. Here comes Hart with Knights. MBL coming back with his pikemen and his mangonels. And Leary, he's going to try and arrive with his monks. He's been cut off by Yo and by Licks, but as I say that, Hart is there, and Hart's going to kill the crossbows and the mangonels. 2 mangonels down for Yo and a bunch of crossbows for Licks. MBL just needs to hold. He's not in an awful position. He has 39 vills. He has the gold in the corner. Just needs to not take losses. And oh my god, dude. The elephants, Dave. The elephants.
They're gonna all get converted here.
Without the Teuton bonus, they all get converted. But even with the Teuton bonus, 3 get converted. And more should. Because the crossbows, they can't get close to the monks to pick them off. And that's the issue. Oh my god. Now the pikemen going after the elephants. They have nowhere to run. The crossbows are all cleaned up.
It's done.
This is going to be a sweep,
over.
man. They're going to see Leary hit Imp, and they're going to know they have no chance here. It is the final game of their tournament life, though, if that's the case. So they might try on a little bit longer. But no, they call the GG. I was expecting AfterMath to do well here. I was not expecting it to be this dominant. Those were
Someone call the UN, man. We just witnessed a genocide right there.
Yeah, that...
Someone... Oh, Jesus Christ, man.
They made SY a team who gave us amazing games versus LOS. Just think back. Those games were incredible. The coordination, the teamwork, the strategy. They made that team look like fools today. That was amazing from AfterMath. Wow. I was thinking, oh man, I gotta meal prep for these games. It could be 3-4 hours. No. Well played, AfterMath, and they are going to the finals of Battle of Africa.
I wish we were on TeamSpeak right now so I could pull up my soundboard and play like violin music or something.
Sad violin? Yeah, I could play a sad violin.
I mean, we need a tiny violin for that fat dragon emote. We need like a little violin, T90 violin. Oh, Jesus, man. I can't remember the last set between 2 great teams where it was just that convincing.
In a semi
like,
as well.
SY didn't have a chance. At any point in any game did they have a chance.
You're right. they had...
Like, they were behind.
Yeah,
constantly.
Game 2 especially, game 1, I mean, every single time in Feudal Age they were at a disadvantage. It's crazy. But I have to credit AfterMath for their game plan and how they played it. I think that it's very easy for us to see as spectators the failures of SY, when in reality it's just AfterMath being a better team. They compare it to soccer or football or something. They're out passing, out playing, out defending, and out strategizing here. So Hart, I think Hart's the MVP of that game, 100%, because the amount of damage he did versus Licks gave Leary the advantage with his monks. If the crossbows were massed, the crossbows could have picked off those monks with a Teuton bonus. Hart continued to use his scouts to pick off the archers as they came out of the archery ranges, and he used that hill that you spoke of to his advantage.
Shout out to MBL as well, because like he didn't take that many engagements, but he basically, it's like he knew exactly what SY was going to try and do.
Yeah.
And once his gold got denied, he went to the gold on the right corner, made a couple TCs. He went into pikemen before the elephants were even produced.
Yeah.
Like, he did a really good job. And then Leary, of course, just steamrolled everyone in every game.
Yeah, each team, they have their roles. And in that particular game,